Amber Shows. Happy Tuesday. If you woke up above ground, then you should be grateful. Okay, so Tika Sumter, she plays on The Have and the Have-Nots. If you guys watch it, if you haven't watched it, it's a really good program. It's on the OWN network. Well, she's going to play Michelle Obama. She's actually the executive producer, and she's been approved by FLOTUS to play. And the name of the movie will be South Side with You. So it'll be about her and the president and how they first met and things like that. So that should really be a great show. Also, did you say about this man? He decided to resign from his job, and when he quit, he got a cake, and on the cake, he had the whole cake printed out. Well, not printed out, but it looks like it's a printout of a resignation. So, you know, just like how people get the cakes with their faces on it and things like that. Well, he had his cake was a resignation, and it gave his reasons, you know, why he was quitting and that he was quitting. And he said that he'd rather just share food. Like, people are happier when you're sharing food with them, so that's what he did. So I thought that was a funny way to quit your job. Remember the girl who quit her job on television, on the news, and she resigned when she was giving a story about marijuana in the United States, and it should be legal, and she quit on national television. She was just recently arrested for illegal drugs, which is really funny too. All right, so the police boxed in an unmarked car, and they happened to be parole officers. So some white police officers in regular cars saw 4 black men in a car. The car was unmarked, and pulled them over, detained them, pulled out their guns. They were trying to explain that they were on a mission, undercover mission, and they were police parole officers, and they were not believed. They had the white officers made them all stand with guns on them. They called in their ID. They kept calling to make sure that it was true. Like, they didn't even believe the people they were talking to on the phone. So now those parole officers have they've ensued a lawsuit. Hired a lawyer to get a lawsuit, saying because of the way they were treated really, really bad. And look, they said now they're officers of the law, so they can imagine, now they can imagine how black men are treated who are not on the side of the law. So lawsuit is going forward. All right, so 21 household items we had 10 years ago that are now obsolete. Remember a house phone? I do. And remember, you had to be home to even get a phone call. So you would run home from school, make sure you got your phone call from whoever. Remember bookshelves? You had all these nice books and everything, whether you read them or not, but the bookshelves made you look like you were really smart. What about a drip coffee machine? I'm not a coffee drinker, nor was my parents, but my father liked coffee sometime. My mother bought him this big, beautiful glass to do. But before that, there were coffee drip machines. My grandmother didn't even. I don't even have buses. We're not coffee drinkers, but for those who were coffee drinkers, the drip coffee machine. And then remember a desktop computer. I remember just a couple years ago that my sister Claudia and her husband Will would still go in their den, and the two of them side by side. They had their side by side computers and their printers and their mouse. And at night, they would sit there, and they would be on their computer. It's so funny. And I kept telling them, you don't need a computer. Get an iPad. Get an iPhone. It's obsolete. It took them a long time. I wonder if they're still using it. Probably so. Remember when there was cable TV where you had to get your channel. The only way you could get a channel like Homebox and Showtime was just 2. And that was really a long time ago. Now it's thousands and thousands of shows. What about printers? Same thing. Fax machines. Remember fax machines? Oh my God! I remember when we got our first fax machine, my husband and I. I was so happy. I just knew I was one. We had a fax machine in the house. What about regular light bulbs? I can't find a regular light bulb anywhere, which is really funny. All of them are, they have this savings on the light bulbs now. I just want give me a regular light bulb. What about DVDs, takeout menus? Remember phone books? Remember when you had a phone book? My mother used to have a phone book that was so raggedy. She had a rubber band around it trying to hold it together. And she had plenty money on. She just loved that phone book. But remember a phone book? Oh my God. And you know, we really do need phone books because if anything happened to our cell phone, I remember when I used to remember people's phone numbers. I have no idea anyone's phone numbers. My husband's maybe. That's about it. But I don't know anybody else's phone number. Isn't that funny? Oh my God. I think we should go back to having a phone book. That should be your backup because if something happened to your phone, I mean, oh my God. And what about 8 tracks? My first car my parents got me when I was 16 was a Riviera in Detroit, and I had my 8-track player, my sunroof top. I was leaning in the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Remember those? 8-tracks didn't stay out long. Oh, and then the cassettes came out, and the cassettes didn't stay out. They stayed out longer than the 8-track though. Remember entertainment consoles? My mother, we used to have. I had them even when I got grown. My first apartment. Remember your entertainment console? You have your record player, your television, your speakers would all be in your entertainment console. That used to be funny. Answering machines. Oh my God, I used to love my answering machines. I used to do all kinds of pranks with the answering machine. Remember pranks like, hello? Well, nope, I'm not home. Leave a message. I'll get back to you. I used to do the ones like, hello? The person on the other end, you know they're saying hello. And I'd say, no, I can't hear you. Turn your music down. I can't hear you. Wait, wait. Or maybe that's my music. Hold on. They'd be waiting probably. And I'd be like, okay, I'm back. Now, what'd you say? What? Oh, I still can't hear you. And then I'd be like, fooled you. It's not me. It's the answering machine. He used to be mad at me for that. Also, remember filing cabinets? My sister kept the neatest filing cabinet. Everything was perfect. And I used to try and do that too. Once I got grown and had all my bills, I would try and keep everything real neat in my filing cabinets. And remember CD burners and alarm clocks? Oh my God, so funny. Those were, I guess, the days, but it's much easier now. Imagine all the kids nowadays when you tell them stories about those things that were around. They think that we're just old. Okay, I want to tell you how to peel an egg in seconds. And you don't have to, it won't crumble up. All right, once you boil your egg and everything, you put it, and of course you don't want it real hot, so you put it under some cold water. And then you put it in your hand, right? And then you smash it on a board or a surface in your hand, right? Okay. Then you roll it around, and then the shell will come off in one piece. It won't break up. So you smash the egg, then roll it around, and then just peel it, and it'll come right off. You know what else I forgot? Remember Black Jesus pictures? All the black people had them in their homes. I never seen them in a white person's home. But the Black Jesus came out after the white Jesus. Everybody had the white Jesus at first. Your grandmama, your great-grandmama, everybody had a white Jesus. Everybody. Remember he looked like a hippie? He was on everybody's, either their dining room or in their family room. It was always a white Jesus. That's funny too. All right, so NYPD undercover officer in New York who was white was killed in the line of duty, and he was only 25 years old. I'm very sorry to hear that. Nobody wants to hear about anybody dying. I don't want to hear about my people dying. I don't, for no reason, unnecessarily when they're under arrest. And I don't want to hear about police officers being murdered because they are here, or supposed to be here, to honor and protect our communities. So I'm very sorry to hear about that, and my deepest sympathy goes out to his family.